experience brings a lot of college football. Just knowing what to do, just having like the instincts. So I think that's definitely something that an experience really helps you out as a player.
And they're kind of edge guys, but with the games that they play, I'm sure you're kind of expecting to see them at some point in your area.
Yeah, I mean, they're whatever that may be, right out there. Whatever they do a lot of stuff. So we're just looking forward to the opportunity to compete this weekend with them.
And as you're well into the season, how do you look back on the preparation? What Benny Wiley did to get you guys ready? Do you feel the impact, the difference this year with that?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Super thankful for his commitment to this team. Just pushing us through spring, right, and through summer, both phases. Really intense training programs, and I think it's been beneficial, right, for us so far.
What was kind of the first impression you had of him, the way he kind of struck you initially?
Real deal. I mean, he always wears long sleeves and stuff, but I mean, he takes it off every once in a while. I remember he took it off pretty early in the weight room when he had a tank top underneath, and I was pretty impressed.
The short yardage for you guys this year has been a strength. That hasn't been the case looking back. What do you attribute that to?
I think just the mentality of that and just repping a lot of it in practice. Commend the rest of the O-line for their physicality and just attention to detail.
What do you think about this Washington State front?
Yeah, super talented team. I mean, they've had a tremendous season so far. Really looking forward to Saturday.
What is it they do that maybe will help them get penetration? I know I think they are fourth in the nation in tackles for loss.
Yeah, I mean, just a good scheme. I think they really, I think their coordinator, their defensive coordinator, does a great job. All their guys are bought in. I think that really is really an edge that they have.
Can you talk about reuniting with Coach McGuire and kind of maybe the legacy he kind of set you guys up for this year?
Yeah, I mean, Coach McGuire, dear friend of a lot of ours on the O-line. It's been a really good year with him last year. Really love that guy a lot with all my heart. Really looking forward to it. We'll take care of that, though, at the end of the game. We'll look forward to compete first, and then when the clock's hit all zeros, then we'll go and be friends, I guess.
I know you couldn't appreciate it in the moment, but Caleb's jump pass from the goal line to Jordan, when you watched it in film, what was kind of the reaction to seeing that?
Yeah, I didn't know he jumped and threw it. I knew it was definitely, there was some pressure. I had no idea until I watched the film that he was in the air and made that throw. So I was really impressed, to say the least.
Obviously, we've seen like the highlight scrambling plays from him on the field. I just wonder, is there anything he's done in practice, kind of along those same lines, that you've just been like, whoa?
Sure, yeah. I mean,
too many, I guess.
Too many. You kind of become desensitized to it, right? After a while, you just. To us, it's Caleb. I guess to the outside world, it's a little bit of a different perspective, but we see it all day, every day. So. Kind of, yeah, like I said, kind of desensitized to like some of the special stuff he does.
Brett mentioned yesterday there's a number of plays in the red zone that haven't been called yet by Lincoln. Are there plays that stick out to you? Just like, is that ring true to you as well?
Sure. I mean, we have a pretty intensive playbook, so I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's offense, and a lot of nuances and stuff that we could do out of it. So. I think, yeah, Brett stands correct in his assessment.
Can you talk about the emotional boost you get from finishing a drive with a touchdown as opposed to a field goal? I mean, obviously the math helps, but just for the emotion of it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's hard to win football games count by threes. It definitely does give strength of heart, right, when you're going out there and getting in the end zone, and seeing the fruition come true out there, like on the field, especially when they're 80-yard drives, 85, whatever the drive may be. It does, from an emotional standpoint, definitely feel good, right?
After the game, Travis was talking about how this team needs to learn to not take winning for granted, not expect it. Was that talked about this week at all? Was that a talking point among the players, right?
Not necessarily. I think it does bring a very great point, being that there's a lot of new transfers on this team, right? We're relatively young and new. I think that's definitely something that we need to not get caught up in, right? The early success, because I mean, you see college football every week. It's a battle, so you just have to keep going out there and stacking little wins, and then at the end of the season, let the experts decide what they want to do in regards to December and January games, right?
What would you say Travis has meant, just as a leader in that sense on this offense, or on the team?
Yeah, he really brings life to the running back room. I mean, has the competitive nature, the heart of a lion. I mean, he might not be the biggest guy, right? But I mean, you talk about just a competitor and a dude who won't back down from anything. So I commend him for that. And, just his accountability has just been huge so far for us, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Let's do one more here.
Coach really talks about at the end of that game, maybe you didn't have like the edge that you guys need or have had in that first half. How hard is that to like feel and try to flip on and get that going if it's not there early?
Yeah, no, that's tough, right? Because you have to play 4 quarters, especially as you start playing really good teams. If you're not putting together 4 quarters of a ball game, it's really tough when you get behind. I think that, again, something that we need to address as just being a younger team. We do need to come out hot, right? And we need to really step on the gas pedal from the beginning and just put ourselves in the best position to win, because it's hard coming out in halftime and having the come to Jesus conversations in the locker room and all that. It's only going to work for so long. So I think as we continue to grow and mature, I think that's something that it has been addressed, and I think that's something that we've paid particular attention to. So really looking forward to how this team responds.